Hi, this is Bluesy with MusicMaestroInc.com. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to play major, minor, 7th, and minor 7th chords in any key. This is fairly easy, and this will really help you out if you're just starting out and you want to be able to play confidently with other musicians. The first thing we need to do is learn to identify notes on the fretboard. Okay, there are 12 notes or tones that make up the chromatic scale, and that's all the notes on a guitar, piano, and a lot of other instruments. 7 of these notes are called naturals and have single letter names. The other 5 are sharps and flats, and they have 2-letter names. The best way to memorize notes of the entire fretboard is just to concentrate on the 7 natural tones from A to G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. In a little bit, I'll show you how to name and identify the sharps and flats. For right now, let's just concentrate on the 7 natural tones. In this lesson, we're going to memorize just part of the 6th and 5th string. Okay, let's begin. Okay, we're using a standard E tuning, so the 6th string open is going to be an E. First fret is going to be F. We're going to skip a fret and go to the 3rd fret. This is G. Now we're going to skip another fret and go to the 5th fret. This is A. So E, 6th string open is E. First fret is F, 3rd fret is G, and 5th fret is A. Now we're going to take this A and transpose it to the 5th string. Just go to the note below it and then count over 5 frets towards the headstock. So these are both A's, just like tuning your guitar. Okay, so the 5th string open is A, the beginning of the alphabet. We're going to go to the 2nd fret. This is B. Now we're going to go to the 3rd fret. This is C. Now notice that B and C are right next to each other. This only happens one other time on the 12 notes of the chromatic scale, and that's with E and F and B and C. All the other natural tones have a sharp and flat in between them. Okay, if you go from one note, one fret, skip a fret and play the one that follows, that's a whole step interval. If you play a note and then play the note right next to it, that's a half step interval. So just remember that B and C are, and E and F are half step intervals. They're right next to each other. Okay, we left off on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. This is C. We're going to skip a fret and go to the 5th fret. This is D. And then we're going to skip another fret and go to the 7th fret. And this is E. So let's do it again. 5th string open is A. 2nd fret is B. 3rd fret is C. 5th fret is D. And 7th fret is E. That's where we started. Both E's. The reason that sounds higher is because where the double dot is on your guitar, it's just telling you that it's just repeating everything from here. It's just the beginning of the next octave. So this E, we transpose it. Same E, 1 octave higher. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick how the sharps and flats get their names. If we start at the top of the fretboard, on the top of the neck, and move towards the body, notice the pitch is going higher. So we're in this direction, we're going sharp, and if we go start at the bottom and go this way, up the neck, we're going flat. So in this direction, we're going flat, sharp in this direction. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and identify the note between G and A. So G is on the 3rd fret, A is on the 5th fret. These sharps and flats, they're related to both tones, natural tones on each side, so they're going to acquire names from each one. So if we're going from G and we're moving from G to on the 3rd fret to the 4th fret, we're going sharp. So G sharp would be one of the names for this note. And if we're starting on A and then we're going to that note, we're going flat because we're going in that direction. So A flat would be the other name. So A flat and G sharp. are the names for that tone. Now normally in major scales these notes are referred to by their sharp names. In blues and in minor scales they're normally referred to by their flat names. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get started. What I'd like to say though is concentrate on just the 7 natural tones. Don't worry about the sharps and flats. They'll eventually fall into place. It'll be a lot easier. Okay, we're going to use a bar chord. I know a lot of beginners don't like to use bar chords because it kind of hurts your hand, but it's one of those things that you'll eventually get used to, and if you want to play guitar, bar chords are pretty much essential. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with the we're going to start with the G, so we're going to the 3rd fret, 6th string. So that's where we're going to lay our finger across all 6 strings. That's our bar. That's the reason it's called a bar chord. We're going to take our ring finger and place it on the 5th string, 5th fret. Right below it, we're going to place our little finger on the 4th string, 5th fret, and then we're going to take our middle finger and place it on the 3rd string, 4th fret. So that's a G major. Now, if you're having a hard time holding down all the strings, don't worry about it. Just concentrate. Do a partial bar chord where you just concentrate on the 4 top notes. Now, these bottom 2 1st and 2nd string notes are actually just repeated notes, so you'll be fine. If you can't hold them all down, don't worry about it. Okay, so from there we're gonna go ahead and make a G minor. Just lift your middle finger up to let that barred note play. Now, if you notice that major chords have a happy, uplifting feel to them, and minor chords have a sad, mournful sound, that's how you tell them apart. If you ever hear them in a song, you'll know. You can usually tell whether it's a major or minor chord. Okay, so to make a, let's go ahead back to a G major. To make a G major a G7th chord, all we do is lift our little finger up and let that barred note play. So that's a G7th. Put it back down and lift your middle finger up. We're making a G minor now. Same thing again, lift up your little finger and you have a G minor 7th. So no matter where you do this on the 6th string, it's still the same exact chord shape. So we'll do that chord shape on at the 5th fret A. So we have an A major, A7, A minor, A minor 7. It's pretty easy. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do these chords on the 5th string. These shapes are going to be a little different because of the 2nd string being flat a half step compared to the top 4 strings. But one of these shapes that actually is similar, the shape that we use to make a major chord on the 6th string, that same shape on the 5th string is going to be a minor chord. So let's go ahead and start with that. That's a C. That's on the 5th string, 3rd fret. That's where we're going to lay our bar. Barely touch the 6th with your finger to mute it. We're going to take our ring finger and place it on the 4th string, 5th fret. We're going to take our little finger and put it right underneath it on the 3rd string, 5th fret. We're going to put our middle finger on the 2nd string, 4th fret. So that's a C minor. Same thing as before. To make a C minor 7th, lift up your little finger. Now to make a C major, we're going to lay our finger across the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string on the 5th fret. Now, I normally, when I do, major bar chords on the 5th string, I rarely hit that note down there that's being barred. It's kind of hard to clear it this way, especially sitting down. It's really hard. But let's go ahead. There's another way to do it if you really need to hit that note, and that's to stack your little finger, your ring finger, and your middle finger on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string on the 5th fret. That's the best way to get that note if you need to play it. Okay, now we're going to make a C7th, which is, we're going to take our, you still got your bar there, you're going to take your your ring finger, put it on the 4th string, 5th fret, and then we're going to skip a string and go to the 2nd string, 5th fret. That's where we're going to put our little finger. So that's a C7. So no matter where we do these chord shapes on the 5th string, it's going to be the exact same thing. Let's try it on D, which is on the 5th string, 5th fret. So this is going to be a D minor, D minor 7th, D major, and D7. So it's that easy. Keep practicing these chord shapes and positions, and pretty soon they'll become second nature to you. Hope you learned something new. See you in the next video. This is Blue Z with MusicMaestroInc.com. Take care.